Breaking news, breaking news, breaking news. Katt Williams speaks out. Donald Trump throws out the Ukrainian President Zelensky. Watch this video. Let me know if you feel Donald Trump had a right to throw him out. Let's see how this play out. Make sure you subscribe at Unique Mecca Audio Prison Story. Juanita, Mecca Audio, Juanita, Mecca Audio, and Mecca Audio TV. Let's get Mecca out. Hit the like button. Let's keep it moving. All right. You already know what time it is. Unique Mecca Audio, man. We here. We got Katt Williams speaking out. Make sure you watch this. You're going to see how Donald Trump throws out the Ukrainian president for shooting a indirect threat at him. And you let me know if you feel that he was right or not. Of course, I'm going to give my commentary, which is going to be a unique perspective because I know y'all see things a little bit different because we all was raised differently. All right, so let's get this thing moving.
Now live from Los Angeles. Katt, good morning. Good to have you here with us.
Good morning, TJ. How are you?
I am doing all right. Now, we got to start with something. We have been reporting, and it has been attributed to you, a statement out there that you allegedly issued through your publicist apologizing for that routine. But you and I were just talking here in the commercial break. You said that's not really your statement. So tell me what the deal is.
I'm talking about the kind of diplomacy that's going to end the destruction of your country.
Yes, but if you are not strong...
Mr. President, with respect, I think it's disrespectful for you to come into the Oval Office and try to litigate this in front of the American media. Right now, you guys are going around and forcing conscripts to the front lines because you have manpower problems. You should be thanking the President for trying to bring an end to this conflict.
Have you ever been to Ukraine that you say...
All right, so y'all understand what's going on, right? Ukraine is under attack by Russia. It's going on. It's on and popping. It's no different than two drug blocks fighting over each other. They fighting over turf. Russia wants a little piece of Ukraine, said it's theirs. Ukraine said, we're not giving it to you. They shot missiles. They went in, so they fired gunshots, and they went in to try and take a building that, you know, they trying to hustle in. This is how it was in the 80s. See, I mix it all in. So now we sitting there, and now we got what they call a round table. So you got the president who's the judge, who's the president, who's the El Capitan, and then you got the vice president who's speaking. The vice president is putting them in check, letting them know you didn't even thank our president for allowing you to come to our country in our White House, and you coming here that you making demands and telling me about how this is going on. And Vance went on to say how I seen how all you did was a propaganda. You walk people through and you show them the war-torn thing and you try and get sympathy from the world, but you not getting no sympathy from America. You have to pay back whatever money we give you towards fighting this war, and you have to be willing to make peace. You're here to make peace. Now look at the way Zelensky is carrying on. He's not trying to hear none of that. He's just talking reckless, and you know Donald Trump has to put him in check. Let's get this moving.
What problems we have?
I have been to...
Come once.
I've actually watched and seen the stories, and I know what happens is you bring people, you bring them on a propaganda tour, Mr. President. Do you disagree that you've had problems?
What?
Bringing people into your military?
We have problems.
And do you think that it's respectful to come to the Oval Office of the United States of America and attack the administration that is trying to prevent the destruction of your country?
A lot of questions. Let's start.
Yo, check it out, right? Zelensky, he played this all wrong as a chief. First of all, look how Zelensky is sitting with his arms folded. That's why Donald Trump is looking at him like that. Because it's like, how do you come into my house and ask for a favor and you're sitting there like you're demanding and you got an attitude, and we understand you have a war-torn country and you're in the middle of a war, but don't come into my house and bring the war in my house. It's only peace in my house is what Donald Trump is looking at him saying. And Zelensky is like, I'm stuck on where I'm at. I got I want to do this and I want to do that, and that's what it is. And they're going to put his ass in place right now. Sit back and watch. I want y'all to understand politics, so I'm going to bring a little politics to you.
From the beginning.
Sure.
First of all, during the war, Everybody has problems, even you. But you have nice ocean and don't feel now, but you will feel it in the future.
Right there, he violated. He just sent them a direct threat. He said, you have the ocean, you know, you don't have no problems right now, but you will feel the problems in the future. So that's a threat. And now you see how a president is supposed to respond when someone come into your White House and make a direct threat.
God bless.
You don't know that.
God bless.
You don't know
God
that.
bless. You
Don't-
will not
you
have
gotta-
a war.
Don't tell us what we're going to feel. We're trying to solve a problem. Don't tell us what we're going to feel.
I'm not telling you.
Because
I'm
you're in no
answering on this
position to
question.
dictate that.
That's
Remember
exactly what
this.
I'm not
You're
dictating.
in no position to dictate what we're going to feel.
Right there. You see, he told them just like it is. This is how a chief, a general, whether you on the street corner, whether you in the White House, this is how you handle your business when someone come into your house and try and make threats like that and trying to make demands. But watch Zelensky's hands come down. Remember, he was sitting like this. Now Donald Trump checking him. As he's checking him, his arms is going to come down. That's where he's humbling himself. But he just can't shut the F up. He just kept talking and talking while they trying to talk, he trying to talk. Nothing is getting accomplished. This is bananas. Let's keep it moving.
We're going to feel very
you will
good.
Feel influence.
We're going to feel very good and very
You
strong.
will feel influence.
You're right now not in a very good position. You've allowed
From the
yourself
very-
to be in a
from
very
the very
bad position,
beginning
and he
of the
happens
war.
to be right about
From
it.
the very beginning.
All right, so what's going on, right? We're going to take this to street terms so y'all understand. Donald Trump is saying that you allowed yourself to be in a bad situation, you know, that the Zulu boys is coming in to take your block, and now you coming to me to ask me to help you fight the Zulu boys. So you're in a bad position right now to ask for help, and you coming in here like you dictating something. Zelensky is still talking with his hands. Watch his hands. I'm breaking this down so you understand. This the mind frame that Donald Trump is in. He's like, I gotta put this dude in check. And Donald Trump got his hands out, tell him like, yo, pump it down, big bro. Pump it down. You know what I mean? But he's being forceful, saying what he's got to say. And Zelensky, being a man, he's shooting out what he got to say. But there's a time and place for everything when you're in need of the assistance of your alleged or potential comrade. Sit back.
Of the war.
You're not
Mr.
in a good
Brown,
position.
I
You don't
was
have
in
the cards right now. With us, you start having
not
cards.
playing
But
cards.
right now, you
I'm
don't.
very
Yeah, you're playing
serious,
cards.
Mr. President.
You're
I'm
playing
very
cards.
serious.
You're
I'm
gambling
the
with the
president
lives
in
of
war.
millions of people.
You think-
You're gambling with World War III.
Right there. He let him know, yo, you gambling with World War III, man. It's like you don't have the cards with you. It's like I got a blackjack in my hand and you got 25. You know what I mean? You don't have the cards. That's all Donald Trump is telling them. You don't have the cards to come in here and try and dictate what you want, how you want it, when you want it. Stop it. You're in the White House and you're in the greatest country in the world, United States of America. Get that right.
What do you
You're
think about?
gambling with
What do you
World
think
War
about?
III. And what you're doing is very disrespectful to the country, this country. It's
With
back
all
to you.
respect to your
Far
country.
more than a lot of people said
very
they
respect.
should have.
Have you said thank you once?
A lot
Entire
of
meeting?
times.
No, in this
Even
entire meeting,
today.
have you said thank you.
Even today.
You went to Penn.
Look how he's arguing with him. He said, did you say thank you once? All he had to say was, excuse me, thank you. Nah, I even said it today. He's being combative. But notice his hands went down now. His hands is no longer up here like if, you know, he running something and he's dictating and going to tell them what he's going to do. Now he's submitting, but he's trying to save face as a man by talking too much. We got an old saying, right? Don't feel like ride. We ain't take a ride. We got an old saying, right? First of all, Zelensky get called to the White House, so that means there's potential for peace with this conversation. So it's the same thing like, you know, you meet a female and she goes out with you on a date, so there's a potential for you, you know, getting what you want, you know, in the night. So now you go and you just start talking about yourself and everything is about you, and then you start bringing up some other stuff you did when you was a juvenile, and then you talked about how you and your brother robbed a house, and you just, you know, what they call, in our term, we say, talking yourself out to pee. You know what I mean? Talk yourself out to P-U-S-S. You know what I mean? Why? You know? And that's what Zelensky is doing now. He's talking himself out the, you know what I mean? Because he's over-talking them and they're checking him. You're coming for help. You're trying to get that woman. So therefore, you don't go battling with her when she's trying to tell you about herself. You over-talking her, trying to tell you about yourself. And that's what Zelensky is doing. He's talking himself out to what? All right, gunshots. Let's get back to ride.
Pennsylvania and campaign for the opposition in October offer some words of appreciation for the United States of America and the president who's trying to save your country.
What's the difference between a wet raccoon and Donald J. Trump's hair? A wet raccoon doesn't have $7 billion fucking dollars in the bank.
Tell him like it is.
Excuse me. My turn.
That's our president.
You said you went to Delaware State, but you forgot the name of your college. You didn't go to Delaware State. You graduated either the lowest or almost the lowest in your class. Don't ever use the word smart with me.
The total initiative relative to what we're going to do with more Border Patrol and more asylum officers.
President Trump?
I really don't know what he said at the end of that sentence. I don't think he knows what he said either. And your father was never considered smart. He was never considered a good senator. He was only a good vice president because he understood how to kiss Barack Obama's ass. Are you ready? Can I talk?
Yeah, what's the answer?
Do you mind?
I would like for you to answer the question.
Okay, it's very simple to answer.
That's why I asked it.
It's very simple to, you're a nasty person. Don't be rude. I'm not going to give you a question. You are fake news. If I were running The View, I'd fire Rosie. I mean, I'd look her right in that fat, ugly face of hers. I'd say, Rosie, you're fired.
You call women you don't like fat pigs, dogs, slobs, and disgusting animals. Your Twitter account...
Only Rosie O'Donnell.
It's just awfully good that someone with the temperament of Donald Trump is not in charge of the law in our country.
Yeah, because you'd be in jail. She's shocked that I picked her.
No.
She's like in a state of shock.
I'm not thinking, Mr.
That's
President.
okay. I know you're not thinking. You never do. She was big on defund the police. In Minnesota, she went out. Wait a minute. I'm talking now. If you don't mind, please. Does that sound familiar?
His visceral response to attack people on their appearance, short, tall, fat, ugly. My goodness, that happened in junior high. Are we not way above that? Would we not all be worried to have someone like that in charge of the nuclear arsenal?
Mr. Trump?
I never attacked him on his look, and believe me, there's plenty of subject matter right there.
Oh, man, you know what it is, man. Let's get back to Katt.
Well, we kind of have to start. I hope that everybody saw what I just saw.
What I saw was a man that speaks his mind, whether you like it or not. We've never seen that in politics before, someone that actually speaks how they feel. And that's what we're experiencing right now, and that's what the American people connect to, because we're used to people telling us like it is instead of telling us what they feel we should hear. And that's the way I feel that, you know, America was perceiving Washington, D.C., because back before Donald Trump, everybody was trying to play like they was together, but Donald Trump came in, let it be known that this is who voted me and this is who I'm doing for, and you can't knock them for that. You voted for this, and you got a president that's doing this. You know what I mean? Before, you voted for this, and then you got a president that tried to get the party that lost to agree and side with their agenda when their people put him in to push their agenda, not to cross the table and say, hey, do you have a problem with this? Cross the table, they have every right to speak on how they feel, and then they vote on it. But before, they was crossing over too much, you know, for opinion, you know, instead of listening for facts. Let's keep it moving. Katt Williams.
If a person starts their heckling with F America, then that gives me the right to defend my country. I couldn't be anti-Mexican. my Mexican fan base is largely responsible for me even existing. So between them and the black community, it's really all I have. But I don't think I need to apologize for being pro-American. The guy said that all of this is still Mexico, and I was just giving him geography. This is America, greatest country in the world. So.
Well, help us understand. So, do you not apologize for anything? We show like a 50-second clip there.
No,
it's like 7 or 8 minutes. Go ahead.
I apologize for the fact that the word anti-Mexican is being said to a black guy in America.
But you don't apologize for what you said in that studio, that stand-up.
I'm not allowed to. As a stand-up, the only thing that I sell is uncensored thought. So I'm only selling them the way I think, uncensored.
Now, he made that perfectly clear. This is how I think, Katt Williams. And people come to hear what I, Katt Williams, think. Just like people come to Unique Mecca Audio to hear what Unique Mecca Audio think. That don't make it a fact. That's just how I think. That's just how Katt think. And you have a choice to come or go from the channel. It's not really that complicated. But we don't need to do the heckling of this and of that. And like I said, my numbers stay on the screen. If anybody want to call, you know what I mean, because they have an issue with what I'm saying, because we ain't got to go in the comments and do it crazy, you can call me, I'll answer the phone, or text me and say, hey, I called, you didn't answer. And then we could talk about it. If you got a problem with what I'm saying, you could call for that too. If you like what I'm saying, you could call for that too. The number's on the screen, 917-680-9091. And if anybody need help with the YouTube, I'm here, because I look at this as not my channel, this is our channel. We're building a family here. That's why I say go subscribe to my daughter's YouTube channel at Juanita Mecca Audio, Unique Mecca Audio Prison Story, Mecca Audio TV. This is all for us. YouTube is our own TV network. If you like something, you watch. You know, you donate something if you want, but you at the very least, hit the thumbs up. You know, let's keep it moving.
So I'm not allowed to then come back the next day and apologize. That's for the Tracy Morgans of the world. I meant what I said, and I said what I meant. I'm apologizing if somebody thought I was trying to be anti-Mexican. Mexicans are my friends, so
Katt, why is it somebody is allowed to put out a statement apologizing on your behalf then?
Hey, yo, be on the lookout for Cashbox, man. Cashbox is getting ready to come where your money's secured. If you send the money to someone, when they go to accept it, it's in a virtual bank, and it notifies you first, saying that, hey, John Doe's accepting the money you sent them. You could look at it and say, damn, I didn't want to send John Doe that much, and I didn't want to send to John Doe. I want to send to Jane Doe so John Doe know that I'm sleeping with Jane. Whatever reason, you know? And you have a right then to say no and deny them putting it in their account. So that's a secured way of sending money. Before it gets released, it notifies you to let you know that the money is being accepted, and the money does not move until you say, yes, it can be accepted, and that's who I want to send it to. Now, let's Katt finish.
Sir, they put out a DVD called Katt Williams 9 Lives while I was in jail without my permission. A lot of stuff has been happening to a lot of black celebrities in the world. We just deal with it, thank Jesus, and keep on going, sir.
Now, I guess it's clear to say, you gave me a little bit of what he was saying, but he kept going on and on, this heckler. Now, what was it? You said he said, F America. That certainly set you off,
but
but,
see,
but go ahead.
We were in Phoenix. So this is a heavily Mexican-American crowd. I gave $5,000 out to a Mexican-American serviceman at this same show. It was nothing like that the night of the show. This happened 19 days ago. It's just happening in the news yesterday because it's my birthday.
Well, help me understand then. What was it? Because it's clear that you were visibly upset. And you said you're a proud American, you defended this country. So is that essentially what it was? He was clearly out of line in your opinion, but he really got you hot.
I was offended because he was making a statement that we're not allowed to make in this country. In this country, you have to pledge allegiance to America first and your country of origin second. And so the fact that he was blatantly disrespecting the law that we all follow, black people worked too hard to become black Americans in this society, and we were slaves here. And we did a lot of free work. Whatever they did was in another country, and we certainly applaud their history, but don't come here talking to sons of slaves about that. And if there's something anti-Mexican about what I said, then I apologize for the anti-Mexicanness of it. I was talking to one individual.
I guess that's part of it, that or at least one line in there that did get some people probably upset more so than others, because a lot of people familiar with your comedy. I am as well. I didn't hear a whole lot that was, you know, a departure from some of the other stuff I've heard you say in routines before, but you did say we were slaves. Speaking of black people, y'all just work like that at the landscaper. Even that statement,
right.
You don't apologize for that one either? You think that one got too close to going over the line?
I can't apologize for it, even if it was close to the line, because at the end of the day, I wasn't there to make racial conversation. I was there to tell a joke. The joke was, if Mexicans love America, could they give black people Mexico? That was the entire joke, because we'd love it and it's real close. We couldn't go back to Africa because of the flies. That was the joke. None of that's airing on the tape. This is an hour-and-a-half show, sir.
Now, would you, do you understand, at least some people hearing that, and you were talking to one guy. It's clear that other people in the crowd were laughing at what you were saying to him, even as you were going off on the one guy.
If I had disrespected Mexicans, I wouldn't have been able to get out of there alive, sir, with all due respect.
But as people, do you understand why people who do hear it maybe do get offended by it, who maybe didn't read or listen to the whole 7-8 minutes of it, but just maybe read a few comments? You think they just have the wrong impression, or you understand why some might think the landscaper comment might have been offensive? Telling a Mexican like that guy to get to stepping back to Mexico, how that comes off as being offensive?
No, he said that we were in Mexico. So let me just say this. Yes, I can see what you're saying, TJ. Yeah. And at the end of the day, I think those people should watch more of this CNN show so they can see there are real news factors going on in this country, things we should discuss, like our president versus football, rather than worry about what a comedian's saying. If you don't like me, don't come see me. If you do like me, I'm here for you. But I love Mexicans and I love Mexican Americans. But I love America overall. Let's be very clear about that.
Any concern about how people might view you down the road, how this could impact your career down the road? People might not want to book you in Texas or Arizona or California.
Wouldn't that be fantastic? Let's let that happen, but let the statement be that I'm a Christian, I'm straight.
All right. Well, we will leave it there. Again, I'm glad we got to clear it up, because we have been, Katt, this morning.
Thank you, TJ.
We have been talking about this morning an apology that Katt Williams sent out, and you're telling me that was not your apology, so that's important to note this morning.
I just made my apology, TJ, live in front of CNN.
Katt, good to see you, buddy.
All right, so that's what it is. Katt Williams laid it out. He told it what it is. We mixed the Donald Trump up with that so that you could see that this is two men that speaks what's on their mind, and that's what it is. And you know who they are, and you know why you choose to go see Katt Williams' show. You know why you choose to come to Unique Mecca Audio, and you know why you voted for Donald J. Trump. And he's doing just what you voted for him to do. So don't get mad now, because he told you what he was going to do before he got in office. So, you know, maybe you're used to hearing it, you know, a certain kind of way, and then, you know, the thievery come in, but he's telling you what he's going to do, and he's doing it. I think he's doing a great job, what he said he's going to do, so sit back and y'all put in the comments. I know y'all going to have all the anti-Trump stuff, but I mean, I think he's doing a great job, man. Everything he said he's going to do, he's doing.
Cheers, cheers, toast the crime, toast the crime, the crime, the crime, the crime.
Fresh out the can of 26. He back on the strip, getting back in the mix. What he mentions a gift. You stand up 10 toes down, and I suggest you pay attention to this. Take a little gully posse and put it in Harlem. He cut from the bottom, came up from the bottom. Drop the book, you should go and get it. The Instagram page and the YouTube, you could go and visit. Then you could consider yourself LinkedIn. Sit front row and get Jews from a kingpin. How he went through it, so you ain't gotta go do it. To not pay attention would be stupid. Talking about a man that probably put your grandfather on. Probably the reason that him and your grams got along. A man that generated millions on the block, did his time, never squilling to the cops, Mecca audio. Get it live like 2 G's in the 90s. Drop top beamer so shiny. I let shorty go, she was whiny. Treat her like my past, she behind me. Spend a couple bands on the Dapper Dan. You be back again, getting green like a Packers fan. No cap, it's a roaring uptown. They be horn uptown, Dominican bust downs. Now we on the positive, we got a lot to give. Now he trying to stop the kids from being inoperative. So take heed, homie, lend an ear. He started in uptown, he gon' finish dead. But now it ain't about selling drugs, buying cars. It's about buying property to make the community ours, so we can give back to the.
Cheers, cheers, the crime, the crime, the crime, the crime, the crime.